Right, a very good evening to you. Welcome to KUTV Weekend Live. Now tonight we've got a lot in store for you in matters happening in the country and beyond our borders. But first, let's get the stories making headlines tonight. Eliud Kipchoge smashes the world marathon record for the fourth time after clocking 2 hours, 1 minute and 9 seconds at the Berlin Marathon. President William Ruto holds a special Thanksgiving supplication service at State House. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagwa's brother Jack Biriani breathes his last. And 8 police officers among 11 killed in Turkana East bandit attack, and the Kuro Court's sister is among the 11 killed in the ambush. Hi, welcome to the broadcast. I'm in the company of Sheila Kinyaga and I go by the name Daphne Orina. We're streaming live on YouTube and Facebook at KUTV Kenya. Let's get started. Eliud Kipchoge, the world marathon record holder, has broken his own Berlin record in 2 hours, 1 minute and 9 seconds in his race today during the World Athletics Elite Platinum Record Race. His victory in Berlin has put him at a par of 4 wins with Ethiopian marathon legend Haile Gebrselassie.
No, that's exactly right. And you know, it's funny, when you're a member of the media or that list, and race director Mark Milder has done a
more than 45,000 runners from about 157 nations worldwide were today set at the starting line of the 2022 Berlin Marathon, with most eyes on top of the runners Eliud Kipchoge in the men's category and American record holder Keira D'Amato in the women's race.
Then a 2:54, that eased things back a little bit. Then a 2:51 in between, and now a fourth kilometre of 2:49.
The race began at about 10 a.m. in the morning, and in 2 hours' time, double Olympic marathon champion Eliud Kipchoge had beaten his own world record, winning the race with a time of 2 hours, 1 minute and 9 seconds, 30 seconds faster than his previous world record in the same city 4 years ago.
Let's keep an eye on the clock just outside 2:01. Eliud Kipchoge is a history maker in Berlin. Yet again, he has done it. The world record is gone, and now he can celebrate. And that is simply stunning. A warm embrace from Patrick Sang, his long-term coach.
Kipchoge edged out his fellow Kenyan marathoner Mark Correll, who finished in second place in 2 hours, 5 minutes and 58 seconds, as Tadu Abake from Ethiopia came third in 2 hours, 6 minutes and 28 seconds.
Superlatives again and again. Why did we ever doubt him? There have even been whisperings from 1 or 2 people who claim to have been in the know in the last few days that the world record would not go today.
Kipchoge now boasts as the 5th person in history to ever break his own world record after legendary Briton Jim Peters, Australian Derek Clayton, Moroccan-born Khalid Kanuchi of United States, and Haile Gebrselassie of Ethiopia.
Run like this. Tigista Safer pushes for the line. Less than 100 meters to go, and look at the clock.
In the women's marathon, Ethiopian Tigista Safer took the lead, completing the race in 2 hours, 15 minutes and 37 seconds, followed by Kenyan Rosemary Wanjiru, who came second in 2 hours 18 minutes, and Ethiopian Tigist Abayechu took the third place in 2 hours 18 minutes and 3 seconds.
Unofficially, the third fastest athlete in history, and with massive open road behind her to her next rival.
Meanwhile, President William Ruto and Azimio flag bearer Raila Odinga, together with other leaders, have sent congratulatory messages to all participants of the BMW Berlin Marathon. John Wahome, reporting for KUTV.
Yet again, as does...
Well, we couldn't be more prouder of Eliud Kipchoge. Elsewhere, President William Ruto hosted a church service today at State House Gardens in Nairobi and presided over by Bishop Mark Kariuki of the Deliverance Church after returning from New York City. Ruto, accompanied by First Lady Rachel Ruto and DP Rigathi Gachagua, convened the Thanksgiving service to conduct special prayers for the presidency, peace in the country, economy, and leadership.
President William Ruto on Sunday, September 25th, organized a Thanksgiving service together with the First Lady Rachel Ruto and his deputy Rigathi Gachagua. The event brought together several leaders from Kenya Kwanza and religious leaders, this being the first service to be held in a state house since President William Ruto inauguration on September 13th.
We have come here to thank God for the victory of our nation. It is not a victory of those who won the election.
Based on the service's aim, the president asked the clergy and all Kenyans to pray for his presidency and other leaders as they continue to serve the people of Kenya.
That is why we crafted a plan. I want to request you to pray for our plan, so that to those who are hungry, we can find food for them.
Quoting from the scripture, Ruto focused on the universal health coverage care that aims to aid Kenyans get access to the health services without financial hardship. Emphasizing on praying for the economy, Dr. Ruto highlighted on saving framework, noting that Kenya is heavily indebted and relies on external debtors to sustain its economy.
Please remember to pray for our economy. Part of the reason why we have borrowed heavily from others is because we haven't been prudent in savings for our own nation. We cannot continue to borrow from the savings of others. If we must borrow, let us borrow from our own savings.
President Ruto has called upon members of the clergy to pray against a spirit of conflict that has hit the country. He condemned the bandit attack in Turkana County on Saturday, which claimed 11 lives.
Well, now Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has lost his elder brother Jack Reriani. He died on Saturday evening, September 24th this year. Reports indicate that Reriani fell sick at his Mathira home and was rushed to Jamii Hospital in Karatina. However, he was pronounced dead on arrival. The late Reriani was the only surviving brother to Gachagua after the passing of the former Nyeri governor Nderitu Gachagua back in 2017 and that of James Reriani Gachagua in May this year. The deputy president also sent a statement reminiscing the final times he shared with his late brother. According to Gachagua, his brother played a big role in his life, revealing that Reriani paid for his fees while he was in high school. Well, our sincere condolences to the family of the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Elsewhere, 11 people, among them police officers, were on Saturday night, the September 24th, killed in an ambush by bandits in a village in Turkana East. A statement by police spokesperson Bruno Shioso indicated that among those killed were 8 police officers, 2 civilians, and a chief. The officers were pursuing the rustlers, when they were attacked by the armed hooligans who also made away with some of the livestock. In the attack, Third Way Alliance Party leader Ekuru Okot is also mourning the death of his sister Mary Kanyoman, who was among the 11 people who died after bandits raided the village located in Turkana East, Turkana County. While announcing her death, Okoth called on President William Ruto and Deputy Rigathi Gachagua to address the security issues in Turkana East, terming it as domestic terrorism. That aside, all schools are set to reopen tomorrow for the 3rd school term of this year after closing for a 1-week holiday. The third term will mark the end of a compressed academic calendar that started after the COVID-19 pandemic. The Ministry of Education has been in efforts to streamline the compressed academic calendar by the start of the year 2023.
Schools are reopening amid outcry from parents over high school fees, which they have had to pay in the last 2 years to complete a 3-year academic calendar. Parents have been facing burdens of schools breaking for 1-week holiday, and students are supposed to resume with full school fees and academic gears. Following the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Ministry of Education came up with an Education Task Force Committee on COVID-19, whose aim was to come up with a report on how to curb the effects of the pandemic with regards to the education calendar. The committee came up with a decision to compress the school calendar to ensure everything returns as per the tradition by January 2023. In the third term, the Ministry of Education is preparing to administer exams for grade 6 pupils, the pioneer class for the competence-based curriculum. Qualified students will proceed to junior secondary in January 2023. As resumption of schools is set to begin tomorrow, principals and heads of schools have called on the government to disburse funds on time to ensure schools' programs are run with ease. However, President William Ruto promised to form a task force that will aim at seeking views on how to enhance CBC to favor both sides of the players. Israel Omoi, KUTV.
Well, now at least 5 people lost their lives after a 16-seater public service vehicle they were traveling in was involved in a grisly road accident at Mtito Andei along the Mombasa-Nairobi highway. Confirming the tragic incident, Kibwezi Sub-County Police Commander George Kashmir stated that 3 children and a woman and the driver of the matatu died on the spot. Kashmir noted that the vehicle heading to New in Kitui County from Mombasa rammed into a lorry as it attempted to overtake another vehicle. That aside, families of 3 in Murang'a County are mourning the death of their children who drowned after walking for kilometers in search of water. The 3 pupils aged 13, 12 and 10 from Gakuyu Primary School traveled from Kirukuma sublocation to Kathika River in Tharaka Nithi County to wash their school uniforms ahead of schools reopening slated for Monday, that is tomorrow. When they arrived at the river, the 3 drowned while trying to cross to the other side. Confirming the incident, Gituma Location Chief Kibara Muthungu said that there were 4 children, but 1 managed to swim to safety, while the other 3 were pushed by the strong currents into deeper waters. Well, now it is the weekend, by the way, and our release is to treat to treasure. Sit back because just for you it is, by the way.
It is a musical this time around. And with a prize to claim, who wouldn't sing?
Listened here as I was seated here at Nairobi School playing the song called Thriller by Michael Jackson. And I remembered we were dancing in the 80s.
Professor declared his position.
Even though I am the longest serving education minister, Looks like I've served in the two governments because I served Kenyatta and I'm now serving you.
But he felt shortchanged.
Because of COVID-19, I missed all that you have seen here today.
Perhaps he would find an extension.
Will serve all Kenyans, those who elected us and those who did not.
By the way, Riggy G is loving the new tag.
In Atinaito Nani, they have looked at my two names, Rigathi Gachagua, looked for something sounding more easy, more melodious, and called me Riggy G. And I don't think it's a bad name.
His Excellency also had words.
Now that they have tasted power, are talking less and less about the promises they gave.
And so did His Excellency.
No, Governor, people have been telling the young people they are the leaders of tomorrow just by word of mouth. Our government is very serious about developing young leaders.
Remember that you'll be judged according to your promises.
Leave that there.
Pigeni makofi basi.
By the way,
well, Riggy G has some serious talent right there. We take a break. We'll be back with more. Stay tuned.
We bring you women who have done a tremendous job in the tech space.
Everybody was going for business, and the teachers would tell you, you know what, as a woman, try business or try agriculture. If you're a woman, follow your passion. Let passion be the drive for whatever it is that you're going to do. And remember, out here, people are here to support you.
Kwenye mitindo ya kipwani.
Nguo yangu wasenesi makire mtuzeha sana nenda finira chechemekwe. Nguo yangu wasenesi makire mtuzeha.
Yani unavyoona basi niko kipwani pwani tu.
Wali unapopika inatakana uko half cooked.
Bageri. Niko katika kaunti ya Kilifi, Magavazi ya Gede.
Stream live mitindo ya kipwani on our KUTV Facebook page every Saturday 4 p.m.
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
But folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
People pass vukuvuku. People pass ni idea.
Tazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili, ndio inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni duniani leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
Ukiwa na dukuduku la michezo, tunafungua sanduku la dukuduku kwa ufahamu zaidi. Kila danadana, mitimko, mifiatuko na harakati zote ugani, sisi ni wako mwandani. Kukurukakara zote nyanjani, haziwezi kuangaziwa zaidi ya micharazo michezoni. Mimi mwanaspoti wako matata Peter Pinches Mwaura ndakuwa na jopo lenye maarifa sufufu, nikufahamishe na nikuburudishe wewe shabiki shakiki kwa uhakiki na kindakindaki.
The percentage in which government is giving opportunities to this specific type of groups under the AGPO, like what percentage has the government given?
No, but like I said, you see, when a budget is done for every year, every ministry will be able to place their budget for it. But whatever is given to them, 30% of the budget for that ministry is dedicated to AGPO. 30%. So if let's assume, for instance, that a ministry is given 2 billion, for instance. Now, 30% of 2 billion would be about 600 million. That will be dedicated to AGPO. And therefore, when you go to a ministry, as a young person, as a person living with disability, 600 million is actually meant for you.
This is The Agenda with Benturo Kumbuka and Colonel Retired Cyrus Oguna.
Right, welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Let's now take a look at some agribusiness news. Young farmers have been encouraged to practice agroecology, which will help enhance resilience of livelihoods and provide climate change mitigation and adaptation solutions in an environment where global weather patterns continue to shift, considering that lower eastern receives little rainfall. Stakeholders have affirmed that agroecology will save them a great deal.
The ever-increasing stress on the ecosystem have led to dwindling of natural resources, low food production, and greatly impacted food security, thereby pushing for the need to incorporate agroecology, which is a circular system in which a product or byproduct can be used within the same farm setup. According to Collins Owor, a youthful farmer from IMAID's Foundation, in the past there has been a perception that agroecology is too complex, yet it is the best path forward for a suitable food system that is rooted in resilience and productivity.
We want to make farmers to be able to fertilize their farm, notwithstanding the market prices of fertilizer or what have you. We want them to be able to use the resources within the community, within the homestead, to be able to fertilize their farm and to be able to grow and produce. So we encourage youths to actually take this up as a to take agroecology up as something that they can be able to do to improve themselves, not only economically but also socially.
Collins is part of the more than 15 young farmers drawn from the counties of Makueni, Kajiado, Taita Taveta and Kiambu, who had converged in Kangundo, Machakos County for a visit to several model farms owned by youth to learn agroecology. They say people are usually not interested in the field of agriculture, in large part due to the perception of farming being antiquated and unprofitable.
Wajua kilimo hai kusema kweli kinahitaji hela, lakini sio hela ambayo vijana wanaifikiria. Wajua kijana ukiongea mambo ya hela anachukua ile hela ambayo anatoa mfukoni, lakini hivi vitu ambavyo viko tu ambavyo vimetuzingira sisi kama hii mimea yetu ya kiasili ambayo unaweza tumia kutengeneza hizo mbolea, kutengeneza madawa, kutumia katika mashamba. Lakini sasa kijana ukimwambia jitike katika hii kilimo hai, ile yeye ukimwambia tengeneze hizo zile zaipits inakuwa ni ngumu. Ukimwambia afuge kama ni kuku, afuge na mbuzi, apande na spinach hapo kando ambao tunaita kitchen garden, kwake anaona inakuwa ni kazi ngumu.
Collins Mwashumbe, a farmer from Taita Taveta, however, says that the perception that agriculture is involving and tiring is true and can only be achieved by someone with great zeal and determination. Even so, the growing number of investor farmers is raising concerns in regards to who should actively participate in the agricultural sector, which agricultural support organizations urge youth to start small and be innovative. Jacqueline Wanjiru, KUTV.
Well, now farmers in Embu County have been asked to make good use of the coming short rains. The county agricultural officers urged farmers to plant early maturing and drought-resistant crops. Kenya Meteorological Department said that the county as well as the whole country is expected to experience low amounts of rainfall from October to November this year.
According to weather specialists, the amount of rain expected in the country in the month of October and November this year is too low, a situation that is forecasted to be below normal to curb food shortage. According to Embu County Meteorological Officer Charles Mutisia, the rains onset will be between the 4th weeks of October to 1st week of November, highly noting that the duration is not adequate for many crops to reach maturity. Mutisia thus asked farmers to liaise with agricultural extension officers to get advice on how to make good use of the rains in terms of suitable seed selection in the ecological zones.
Hivyo kwa kifupi ni kusema kuwa mvua haitakuwa la kutosha vile katika Embu nzima. Sana sana itakuwa duni zaidi.
Speaking in Embu County in a meeting with stakeholders that aimed at formulating an advisory message for farmers, Embu County Crops Officer Patrick Njeru asked the farmers to prepare the farms early with minimal tillage to conserve moisture before the onset of the rains.
Vyema tutayarishe mashamba yetu kwa mapema na tutumie ile jinsi inafaa. Tumeelezwa hapa kwamba tubadilishe jinsi yetu ya kutayarisha mashamba na kulingana na ile utaalamu wa watu wa hali ya anga. Tumeambiwa kwamba mvua itakuwa pungufu, itakuwa kidogo kuliko ile tunatarajia.
Lakini tufanye diversified farming ambayo inachukua mimea yote ambayo tunalima kuwa ni ya maana.
However, the experts challenged both the national and county governments to come up with measures that will help the country shift from rain-fed to irrigated agriculture through construction of dams and water pumps. Israel Mwai, KUTV.
That aside, Kakuzi PLC, a local agribusiness firm, has for the second time secured pre-shipment approval from the Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Service KEPHIS to China. Kakuzi will be shipping several 20-foot container loads by sea as demand for quality Kenyan avocado fresh fruits continues to grow.
Speaking when he confirmed the scheduled shipment, Kakuzi PLC Managing Director Mr. Christopher Flowers said that the containers were prepared and transferred to Mombasa over the weekend for shipment to China. Mr. Flowers added that the shipment to China are providing the much-needed growth leverage for Kenyan produce and Kakuzi Farm as it seeks to enhance its market and products diversification strategy. Speaking from China, Kakuzi Market Agent Halt's fresh produce representative, Mr. Li Fan Yu, said that the farm is sourcing its supplies from the approved countries of global partners who are carefully selected, and they include Chile, Peru, New Zealand, and Mexico. According to Mr. Yu, the Chinese market needs more supply of quality fruit and more options to enable the consumers purchase avocados throughout the year at affordable prices. He added that consistent availability of quality fruit with the correct dry matter content is essential to ensure encouragement of repeat purchases because of a great taste experience. The export of fresh avocados to China follows early January signing of 2 protocols to facilitate bilateral trade, mainly the export of avocados and aquatic products from Kenya to China. Kenya is currently the only approved African source market for fresh avocado fruits in China. Susan Karenga, KUTV.
Time for us to get sporty. Czech Republic suffered a home defeat of 4-0 against Portugal in the UEFA Nations League match yesterday.